Well, good morning, everyone. I guess you're wondering what happened to me. Um, I'm going to explain what happened, why I haven't done any videos. I haven't watched anyone else's videos. I didn't plan this video. I intended not to do any videos for a while, for a reason. And had some people I noticed. I was told that they were wondering what happened to me. A shout out to Jason. In the last couple months, I decided to take a different road, a different attitude, a different. When God told me to draw a line in the sand, I decided literally to do it. I wouldn't think about cancer. I wouldn't look up cancer. I wouldn't worry about cancer. I handed it to Him. And I had to have faith that that's what He wanted me to do, and that's what I did. I'm going to cut right to the chase. It's almost been 3 weeks. Zero pain. Zero pain. Yesterday was my 1-year anniversary of being diagnosed with this terrible thing.
With days to...
Yeah, and they told me I had days, like weeks max to live. And I'm getting stronger. I'm getting better. My attitude is better. I now am encouraged that I'm actually going to be here. I'm doing stuff. I put my full faith into God, and He has blessed me wonderfully. My weight's back on. I'm feeling good. I've been doing stuff, helping people. I can't even tell you how wonderful I feel. They've cut off my blood test. I was taking my blood every 2 weeks. It's now down to once a month. And with no results back. And I figure if they're not talking to me, it's good. They've left me alone. I now have a life. I was getting, how would I say? Your comments are wonderful. I appreciate them. Hearing everybody I've asked, they tell me their story and about their PSAs and how long it took. And I was really into it. And I realized the more I dug into it, more my life was being consumed by that terrible disease.
And I noticed that you were getting worse.
Yeah, my wife was concerned. I was taking on other people's burdens. And I mean, anybody who wrote me, I prayed for you. I prayed, and I know how bad this disease is. And I was taking on your burdens because I worry so much about everyone. I just was so concerned. I'm worried about everyone out there, and I want the best for them. And I think it was playing on me because I was taking on so much. And I decided that was it. I even stopped doing truck videos. I stopped doing everything. I said, no, I'm gonna be me, to do the best I can.
Just live.
To live, yes, to live. And I remember watching somebody online, this woman who was preaching, and she said, what would I do today if I was well?
Audrey Mack.
Audrey Mack. And she beat cancer, bone cancer. So anybody with metastatic cancer, you know what I'm talking about. And I decided I'm going to do that. And I made it, I mean, truthfully. I tried to fast. I skipped meals here and there. I wasn't very good at it. And I do deny my body some things sometimes. If it wants a treat or if it wants sugar or whatever, I will. No, you're not getting it. Other than that, I've changed nothing. I've cut out one of my pills. I'm not going to tell anybody ever to not take their pills. That's their own personal choice, and don't go by me at all. I even asked my doctor about quitting my pills. I warned him that I'm thinking about it. And he said, well, hang on, we'll talk. He's actually put off my injection. It was supposed to be due in 2 weeks. He's put it off to the end of May. It was supposed to be the 1st of May, and he's putting it to the end of May. He's actually going to meet me an hour from where I live instead of 3 hours from where I live. So it cuts my driving from 6 hours down to 2. And I'm kind of curious. I want to know what it's like for a month to see, maybe I don't need these injections anymore. Maybe I don't need these pills. That's my dream. My dream is to get off of the pills, the side effects, and let my body beat this. God said he was going to deal with it. And I believed him. My full-heartedly faith believed that if I gave it to him to worry about distress, and I did, and I do no longer stress and worry about it. I want people to see me, not a person with that terrible disease. And it's not for everybody. I mean, I can't say. I mean, I'm sure the pills help me. But I'm hoping there's a time that God will tell me that's it. And whatever happens, happens. I have no fear of death. Because it's a win-win for me. I'll get to go and be with Jesus and God. And while he gives me time here, I am going to do work for him. He's making me well. I'm very well. I've been helping a person with their truck. I've been sanding and welding, and I'm feeling a lot better. I'm even moving stuff around. They never did. I never did get my bone density scan. I fell through the cracks again. I never did find out my bone builder. I never did get an appointment with physiotherapy. Something that did happen is I had a meeting with the palliative care nurse, filled out my end of life, like no extreme measures. That was kind of a rough week. It's like reality struck again. But it's dealt with. It's done. We made the decision. My wife and I are both, we talk about stuff. Nothing's hidden in our lives. She knows when I don't feel good. She knows when I feel good. I don't hide my feelings very well. I say as it is. And I know, I feel like I've gotten my life back. And I'm sorry about some of the people's videos that I used to watch and contact with and stuff like that. It's not that I didn't care about you guys anymore. I care about you so much. It bothers me so much that I want the best for everyone.
Well, you can blame me because I saw that it was bothering you so much you could hardly get yourself out of bed. You had everybody else's.
Yeah, but I had them in my heart, which I believe is important, that they need to know that somebody cares.
Yes.
But it was quite a burden to know how many out there are dealing with this and it's having such a hard time. I know there's a lot worse off than I am, and even the ones that aren't as worse off as I am. The stress is still there. When they tell you you have this, and you know that you have to deal with it, and it's something that's going to completely change your life, completely. And if you let it, it'll creep in and can consume 99% of your life. So there's nothing left. And I decided not to let that do that to me. I get up, I do stuff now, I don't lay and say, oh, poor me. No, I have stuff to do. And I think people have noticed that who know me, that have seen me change. That I'm no longer that disease anymore. And I'm thinking I'm giving them hope that they know that there's more to life. And God is up there, and he's telling me that he's Jesus is alive, and he's the holy healer, Jehovah Rapha. He helping me through this. So no matter what the outcome is, I'm going to keep my attitude.
You could do one on herbal, one on medicines, and one on spiritual.
I could, as I go down the road, and I have done it on the herbal, on what I took and everything. And I've
You
cut.
slacked off on some of them.
I
and you're
have.
Still doing good.
Yeah, I've slacked off on a lot of stuff, and I'm still doing wonderful. Still doing wonderful. So, but I do think during that period when my body needed it, I mean, the medical drugs, the doctors, the herbs, the prayers, I needed it all to get to the point where I am now. And whatever happens, whether God decides that he's not going to let me, get this back, that's his choice. I left it up to him. He understands that. And I know statistically, that's a hard word to say, that it will come back. And I'll deal with it when it does. I'm not going to let it win. Even if it kills me, it doesn't win, I do. That demon, that pestilence of cancer, I had to say it, yeah. I don't like even saying that word anymore. I don't want it being part of my life. Like I say, I didn't plan this video, so I have no idea what I was going to talk about. And I just know that people out there, you need to stay positive. It is the most important part of it. And if you have Christ in your life and you have salvation, and it's like you can hand it to them, they can worry about it. I don't have to anymore. It was wearing me down. When anybody talked to me, that's the first thing I told them was about my cancer. That shouldn't be what my life is. It should be the last thing I talk about. I shouldn't even talk about it. Unless I'm telling somebody to be encouraged, because I don't even know how to explain how I feel, because I know there's people that aren't doing well. And I wish I could help them. I wish I could show them and show them that there is help.
Tell them to look for a healing prayer one of yours. And make one.
Yeah. I don't know how to even start wording that. I'd have to
Well,
yeah,
make one.
to think about it. Yes. Yes. And tell them exactly what I've done in my life and what God's done in my life. And it's funny because the doctors have backed right off. They last time I saw him, he gave me a big hug and said, "I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing it."
Said you were a star patient, didn't he?
Yeah, he said I was a star patient because I've done so well for the instance that I had, how bad I had it, how widespread it was, because I couldn't do a lot of treatments because it was so widespread. I mean, it's just, I can't believe when I tell people now, that when I see them, they say, "How you doing?" I just say, zero pain. Because it's the pain that drags you down. Because it gives you that 24/7 reminder, like a knife sticking in you. You have this disease. You have this disease. You have this disease. And if you get past that, now if I can get past the side effects of the pills or get off the pills, I would have a new, better than before life. Because now I know how precious life is. How every day is special. Every day, every minute. No matter if it's pouring rain and you're out in the rain, it doesn't matter. It's beautiful because you're alive. I just wish that I could, I may continue doing videos. I don't know, because right now it seems to be working for me not to talk about it. But I'm feeling pretty strong. I probably could talk about it now, because I'm pretty sure that I'm so strong about it, how I feel, that I don't think it would bother me anymore. But we'll see. We'll see if anything changes. But if you haven't heard from me, It means I'm doing wonderful. And I pray that each one of you out there does well. Keep strong. Keep positive. And like I say, maybe I'll do a video. I'm going to do some videos and what prayer has done for me. I know, and I've done the herb video, and I maybe do an update on that, on the herbs and diet. And I've been physical strength. I'm getting it back. I've been doing work. I've been doing stuff. I mean, I'm still cautious about twisting and turning, and washing my foot. I don't want to trip and fall. It's like you're a person of 90 years old. You can't break anything. You got to be careful. It doesn't matter what age you are. This cancer is it's made you very old. It's made you very fragile. And if you can get by that, I know when they used to say that you needed activity, you needed to do exercise. I couldn't imagine even trying to do exercise. I didn't have enough energy to walk across a room, never alone fight. This to give you some strength to do exercises to build your bones back up and stuff. I didn't think it was possible. And now the more I do stuff, the more I feel better. And I feel like getting up in the morning, and I feel like going outside, and I feel like doing work. I even felt good enough that I talked to the person I used to work with before I got hurt. I haven't been able to work for a year. And it's tough not being able to work. I'm not 65, so I can't get my old age pension. I was feeling well enough because the job was not that bad, but the problem is if you have 4-stage cancer, if somebody hires you and you get hurt on the job, they're responsible because compensation won't cover them. That is a problem. I even said to him, I said, I'm feeling pretty good. I wish I could go back to work. He said, by the way, I'm not doing that job anymore. So I lost my job even if I did want to go back. So I think it's the way of God to telling me that, yeah, you're doing all right. He's providing. So I'm sorry I've rambled on. It was just an update to tell you I am wonderful. And we're living day to day. I don't even know where my PSA is at. I've been so well since the 1st of January that I haven't even asked what my PSA is anymore. I've given up on asking. It was like, see, I had to have them telling me how I'm doing for me to believe how I'm doing. I don't need them for that. If I'm well, I'm well. Whatever the scans say, whatever the PSA says, and all that, it doesn't matter. They freaked out once because my blood was freaked out. I didn't feel any different. And I said, no more scans. They wanted to send me for a scan, to give me pills. Because my blood work wasn't bad. My calcium and my hemoglobin and my blood pressure was 190 over 100. And I said, no, let's wait and see. And they've never that's been almost a month now that happened?
What happened?
That my blood pressure went nuts and my blood test went bad.
Yes. We both had high blood pressure that day. It was the exact same.
Yes, we both. No, that was the second time. My first time was 190, then it went 173. We both had 173.
Yeah, when we went to the pharmacy.
Yeah, we double checked at the pharmacy. The VON nurse was in and checked my blood and my pressure and she did both of us, and we found out we both had 173 over 100, I think it was.
Something like that.
And we just said that it doesn't matter. The doctor called me in for an appointment. Said your blood's hemoglobin and calcium's off, and we're going to send you more tests. And I said no. Let's just let it ride for a bit. And that's been a month, and I haven't heard a word from anybody. So sometimes that's it. I got to be positive and say that's it. And what I'm telling you is about me, not about you. I'm not a doctor. I don't go by me at all. I don't want to be responsible, but I want to know that I tell you that being positive, having God in my life. I handed it to Him, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Having somebody else carry that burden. I carry. He's given me the lighter yoke, which means, you know, I don't have to carry the heavy part of the burden. He'll carry it for me. It's made a difference in my life. Unbelievable difference in my life. And I pray that God blesses you all. And thanks for caring. Thanks for checking in with me. And I feel bad that I didn't get back to you all at once. I just didn't know how to deal with it. Because I was trying to avoid dealing with this terrible disease that's out there. I wanted to see putting it out of my life. Me being the winner. You know, claiming it. That I was healed. God died on the cross and took His stripes for us. And I claimed it and said, okay, I accept the healing. And I believe it.
Every stripe was supposedly a disease.
Every stripe was a disease from all the whippings He took. And He did it for us. And I can't believe my life has turned around. The people around us have been wonderful. And I believe they're realizing it now that I'm more than just a disease. I'm a person. And thank you for putting up with this, my crazy story of my life, of this new life with this thing I'm carrying. And like I say, I'm no longer carrying it. I gave it to God, and He's taking care of it. And I'm sure I'm going to get some strange remarks on this video, but it's not going to bother me because nothing bothers me anymore now. Because I'm alive. And I'm feeling well. And if I could sing, I would. Just be glad I don't try. Have a good day.
366 days later.
How many?
366.
Yeah. 366 days. And they told me I only had days to weeks to live. So don't believe them all the time. Or just say, fine, and I'm going to deal with it. Don't let it win. When they say you're dying, I believed it.
Rebuke it.
Rebuke
We'll
it.
get into that with the video, maybe.
Yes. People who really want to understand it and hear my true story about how I gave it to God. I know it's not for everyone, but I think it should be. But, I mean, the joy He's given me in my life, He's given it back. That's it, guys.
The producer rolled her fingers.
The producer saying, enough, cut. Okay, bye.